What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Skyrim build on FudgeMuppet. We alternate between modded and vanilla Skyrim builds every week, and we did a vanilla build last week, so this one uses some mods. You can of course still make it without mods using vanilla gear of your choice. The mods we've chosen are pretty basic, and they are the Immersive Armors mod, the Immersive Weapons mod, and the Moonlight Tails mod. So of course Immersive Weapons is for the weapons and Immersive Armors is for the armor, but what is Moonlight Tails for? Well, for those of you who know or can guess, you know this is a werewolf mod and it's a lot of fun. For the character's appearance in werewolf form, you can actually change it, and we recommend going for a nice foresty brown color for the fur, with green eyes to give the build a very nature-themed appearance. You'll need to go to the debug menu and give yourself lycanthropy from the start as well. The name of the build is the Green Pact Zealot, and he originates from Valenwood. He was brought up in a family of rich and powerful wood elves who gained their wealth from the exploitation of nature on the border of Valenwood. The family existed in a small town which they largely influenced due to their resources, and the town was often frequented by protesters and traditionalists who disagreed with the family's operations. The Green Pact Zealot lived here, of course, and was never too close with his family. He would often wander the town outside of his house and talk to the locals who lived there. He was friends with the shopkeepers and frequently made temporary friends such as travelers and merchants who passed through the town or across the border. His family didn't mind this, however, as it gave the people a reason not to hate the family entirely. As expected, the Green Pact Zealot grew older and developed his own opinions and perspectives about life. As time went by, he began to disagree with his family more and more, however not to the degree he soon would. Eventually, more travelers came through the town, a bunch of Green Pact traditionalists who had troops of specialized warriors and hunters. Their leader became friends with the son of the rich family, the Green Pact Zealot, and began to show him the errors of his family's ways. As time went by, the character felt so close to the leader and even those within the leader's group that he decided to stay with them. He completely rejected his family's ways and left the town to travel through Valenwood. He was to hunt and learn what he considered the true traditions of the Bosma. He explored cannibalism to its full extent. He prayed to the wood elf god of song and forest, Yifri, or Jeffa, however it's pronounced. You look it up and tell me. The Green Pact Zealot was taught to fight with various blades, how to create armor from bone, and how to hunt with a bow. He became very respected within his group, especially because he even managed to kill a werevulture. One afternoon, however, the Green Pact Zealot was hunting solo and came across a beautiful white stag. The stag was like nothing he had ever seen in all of Valenwood, and he hunted it down. He tracked it far across Valenwood until finally he was able to slay it with an arrow. He walked over to the corpse and began to drink its blood. Little did he know that this was a manifestation of Hircine, and the blood contained his curse, turning the Green Pact Zealot into a werewolf. The character could not control this and ended up murdering innocents within settlements. He had broken away from his hunt group, and for their safety he did not return. However, when they were sent to hunt him down as a werewolf menace had been terrorizing villages, he was forced to flee as far as possible away from Valenwood. Over time, he became better at controlling his curse and ended up fleeing so far north he ended up in Skyrim. The Green Pact Zealot takes the Green Pact to the extreme and will not gather alchemical ingredients from any province ever. He's a true hunter and of course not a Hircine obsessor by any means. He will eat his enemies after death if possible. The gear for the Green Pact Zealot is as follows. For the awesome armor here, it's actually called the Wild Hunt Heavy Armor. And no, that's not Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, it's the Wild Hunt from Elder Scrolls lore. This is actually a reference to a ritual that is performed by many Bosma, causing them to shapeshift into a horde of feral supernatural beasts. So you're going to have what is called the Wild Hunt Heavy Helm, gauntlets, cuirass, and boots. To add to the bony feel of the build, you're also going to use the Bonehawk Amulet, which you can enchant if you want, however enchanting isn't a focus skill of the build. Finally, the Green Pact Zealot will have the Ring of Namira to eat enemies after they are killed. This is of course mainly for role-playing the cannibalistic aspects of Bosma culture, but also is useful to regenerate your health. The ring also gives the Green Pact Zealot 50 more points of stamina to use for zooming in with the bow and slowing time, or just power attacking with his blade. Anyways, looking at these weapons, they are called the Dragon Steel Bow and the Dragon Steel Nadachi. As you can see, they fit in with the bony theme of the build and do decent damage too. Remember, if you're playing this vanilla, you can use a normal Dragon Bone bow, which actually has higher damage, and a Dragon Bone greatsword. We went with Dragon Steel simply because we think it looks cooler, and the damage damage was only a tiny bit less than normal Dragon Bone. Also, instead of just using the Ring of Namira, you can also carry a werewolf power enhancing ring as well, such as those sold on Solstheim. The skills for the Green Pact Zealot are Archery, Heavy Armor, Two-Handed, and finally Smithing. You'll also want all the werewolf perks. Archery will be used to use your bow effectively, zooming in, slowing down time, and rapidly taking down enemies head on. The Green Pact Zealot likes to get in nice and close and not just fight from 100 feet away. Heavy Armor is what allows this reckless kamikaze style of fighting, so the Heavy Armor skill will of course be used to increase your armor rating and make you move more swiftly in bulky gear. Two-Handed will also be used to wield your Dragon Steel Nadachi to the best of your capabilities and quickly cut down enemies as you get too close to want to use your bow. Smithing will be used to perfect all your bony gear and perfect it to a level that is best for fortification and annihilation. Remember, all the perks you will need can be found in the perk link in the description, and if you think this build is awesome, please give this video a like because it helps us out heaps. Time to talk about the playstyle of the Green Pact Zealot. Remember, just for the video, we're not sticking 100% with the playstyle, but we are most of the time. Here's how it should go. You're gonna fight aggressively, very aggressively. You will not be fighting like your typical archer who runs around the battlefield and often hides to pick shots. Instead, you run forwards, you run straight at your enemies, moving left and right to dodge any ranged attack they have, and as you move towards them, you fire off arrows after arrows into their torso, limbs, and face. Once you're in range, you'll find yourself face to face with them and you'll switch to your blade and proceed to sprinting power attack or slash rapidly in a flurry of destruction to kill everything in your path. When it comes to a standing stone, the Lord Stone is fantastic as it gives you 25% resistance to magic, which is great if you do get hit by magical blasts, and also 50 more points to your armor rating just in case you wanted it. Of course you did. When it comes to a stat spread, the Green Pact Zealot obviously will have no points allocated towards magicka. You're going to have 50% of your stats put into health to be even sturdier alongside your armor, and 50 into stamina to sprint attack, close the distance between you and your foes, and of course to aim your bow masterfully, slowing time down and zooming in to ensure you land all the arrows you rapidly fire off. And that finishes off the Green Pact Zealot. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, please hit the thumbs up button for this amazing looking build. The perk link is in the description just for you, alongside the links to our social media pages, which we are pretty active on, so be sure to check it out for additional FudgeMuppet content. Add us on Snapchat, that's always fun. Also remember, we are doing Elder Scrolls 6 discussion every Friday and Fallout 4 videos whenever we feel like it, which is pretty often. Thanks heaps for subscribing, we love you all, and we'll see you very soon with more FudgeMuppet.